Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie and today I'm going to show you how to apply to community college. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to cccapply.org, or you can always Google whatever college you want to go to and look for their apply button. But this one shows you all the community colleges and you just choose whichever one you want to go to. Click on apply. It's going to take you to this site and you can see all the schools from the LA Community College District. But since I'm applying to LA Trade Tech, it took me to this one. I'm going to scroll all the way down until I see begin application. It will take you to this page. If you have taken your college classes at your school, you probably have an account. If you have not, you're going to create an account. So it will take you to this page, begin creating my account. You're going to put your first name, your middle name, your last name. If you don't have a middle name, just click on that box. If you have a previous name, so maybe you were married or you had to legally change it. If not, just click no. Your date of birth, your social security number or tax ID number if you have one. So if you have a social, go ahead and put your social. If you have a tax ID number, which means you don't have a social, but your parents do taxes and they included you in their taxes, the government will give you a tax ID number. But if you don't have any of those, you're just going to click this box. If you are not going to click that you are an international student because you are residing in California. When you press continue, it's just going to ask you for your personal info, your address, phone number, and a username for you to create a password and security questions. Since I do have one, I am going to and I already started my application. You may have some down here if you have taken a college class, but you still want to start a new application, even if it's the same college, because now you're applying as someone who's graduating from high school. So once I click on that, it will take me to the application. I recommend putting summer 2020 because if you are planning to do the LA College Promise Program, they might make you do something in the summer. If you plan to apply to multiple colleges, you can do that. But if they are in the Los Angeles Community College District, it won't let you apply to multiple for the same term. So for example, I'm applying to Trade Tech. I cannot apply to ELAC for the summer as well. So I would have to apply to ELAC for fall. But just choose whichever college you're most likely to go to. And then you'll choose your educational goal. If you're undecided, you can put undecided. If you just want to get a certificate, you can choose that. I'm going to put obtain an associate's degree and transfer. Degree, up to you. The account information is personal information. So that's going to be like your address, your guardian information. And then here is important. You want to put first time student in college after leaving high school. You're receiving your high school from a US school, and then just put whatever day you are graduating. If you're graduating in the summer, just put the summer date. You are receiving this diploma in California. If you attended high school in California for 3 or more years, put yes. If not, put no. And then make sure that you are looking for your school. So when I put communication and technology, this is the only one that pops up at South Region. So just make sure when you're looking for your school that you can see it in their list and it populates. This is personal information. It's asking for your unweighted high school GPA. You can find that on your transcript, but if you don't have that info, go ahead and ask someone from your school site. Citizenship status, if you're a U.S. citizen, you can put U.S. citizen. If you're a permanent resident, it's going to ask for your alien registration number. And if you don't have any documents, just put no document. The rest, most of it is personal information and is straightforward. So if you lived in California since birth, you'll put yes. If not, put no, and just put when you started living in California. If you did anything outside of California, you can click on that. If not, just leave it. This is also personal information. So just put whatever is relevant to you. And for some reason, it logged me out. So I'm putting my interested in receiving information, put yes, yes. If you feel comfortable reading and writing English, click yes. If you're interested in any sports, and then just choose whatever program you're interested in learning. I highly recommend EOP&S because they provide extra funding, books, just extra support for first generation low income students. But every EOP&S is different by college, so just know that it is extra support for you. However you identify, or you can put decline to state if you don't want them to know your parents' education level, however you identify racially. The supplemental questions, you probably have not taken an assessment, but if you did, go ahead and put the date when you put it. Have your gender, your language, military status. This is if you're okay with them releasing your information. And if you're not okay, just click on what you're not okay with. So you can click all of them, or you can just click the ones that you don't want them to send your info to. You want to put a cell phone number so that if anything happens on campus, they're going to send a message to that phone number. An emergency contact, the sport that you're interested in. In college, there are different levels in the sports. So you can do intercollegiate team, which is like where you actually have to try out, very similar to like if you played varsity at your school. Intramurals, it's more like it's still competitive, but it's more like for fun. So like if you signed up for a league, it's similar to that. Or PE. And then this is your personal information. This is according to you. So if you have received cash aid for your child and or yourself, you would click yes, not click no. If you're a single head of household, which means you either have children or are married and make most of the money. Oh no, single head of household. So yeah, so you are in charge of your household with no one helping you, and you have children. And then if you have a child under the age of 14. If those are relevant to you, click yes, because they want you to support you with the CARE program. If not, click no. And then it probably won't let me continue. I didn't put any of this info, but as you can see, the last step would be submission. So that, once you submitted it, it will take like 24 to 48 hours for you to get your ID, and they'll say like, congratulations. Sorry, my dog is loud. And then once you apply and you get that email, you can do the orientation. Just Google your school orientation, and they offer online options. So you can do that. Counseling, you usually would see a counselor, but maybe they're virtual. You would have to check with the school site. And then you should log into your portal to see when you can register for classes. Usually they'll give you a date of when you can start. And then check your financial aid. Make sure that when you apply for financial aid, either your FAFSA or the DREAM Act, that you put that school, whatever you're going to, inside so that they get the info. And then you may have to pay any remainder fees. Some schools charge like a health fee. Usually it's not more than like $30. And then I also wanted to note that you may need to apply for the LA College Promise Program. So if that's something you want to apply to, make sure you go and so you can also Google that. So for example, for Trade Tech, it will take you to this page and you can sign up today or you can email them. For ELAC, I also Googled it. I just put ELAC, LA College Promise Program, and it took me to this. Similar thing, right? You apply financial aid to make sure that ELAC is in your financial aid. And then apply for LA College Promise Program, orientation, and see they do make you do a Summer Scholar Academy. It may be online because of what's happening, but you may still need to register for that. So yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask anyone at your school site. Thank you all for listening, and congrats on your next step.